Well, it seems that the January transfer window, as it comes to an end, is really kicking into gear for Rangers, as it seems that another player will be departing the club. Now, all the debate around players going out this January was around the left back position. Would it be Ridvan? Would it be Borna? Would it be Ridvan? Would it be Borna? That was the debate that seemingly was going on. I know a lot of fans, I think the vast majority of fans were praying it's going to be Borna Barisic, but the latest information that has come out tonight is that the Ecuadorian midfielder who joined only in the summer, Jose Cifuentes, is likely to depart in this January transfer window to Turkish club Çaykur Rizespor, who currently sit fifth in the Turkish Super League. They are, well, I don't know a great deal about them, if I'm being honest. They are a team that are coached by a guy called İlhan Palut. They are a team that are reasonably successful, it seems, in the Turkish Super League. They play their home games in the city of Rize Stadium. Rizespor is their name. Now, according to Heart and Hand and a number of other reliable sources, Rizespor are taking Jose Cifuentes on loan with an option of, or it could be even obligation to buy for £2 million in the summer. Now, look, this is it's an interesting one. Now, you know, previously to him joining Rangers, there seemed to be outrageous values around Jose and around what he was actually worth, with talk of English Premier League clubs willing to pay up to 10 to 15 million pounds for him. I highly doubt that was actually true. He moved in the end in the summer for £1 million to Rangers. He would have been out of contract in December, but Rangers wanted to bring him to the club early. Michael Beale called him a game changer, a player who would really change things up for the club, something that, well, as tends to happen with what Michael Beale says, did not occur. Cifuentes was seen as being that box-to-box midfielder, a real game changer for us. And to be honest with you, he's, you know, nothing against the lad. He's tried. He certainly tried. I don't think it's worked out for him. It really has not settled for him. He's not really settled in this country and really struggled with Scottish football. You know, he has clearly got something about him. He has, you know, a little bit of talent there. I've got no doubts in that. You know, he's a good ball playing midfielder. He's got an energy level about him. And look, I'm not saying that he's a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. I just don't think it's worked at all for him here at the club. Obviously, suspensions and injuries have not helped at all. And, you know, the fact that when he came in, that he came in with the potential to cover a whole host of midfield positions, you know, central midfield, attacking midfield and defensive midfield. He's made in all 9 appearances in the Scottish Premiership this season with 1 assist, only playing 27% of our starting 11s. 28% of our minutes, now a 2% goal participation rate. He has had that 1 red card that did lead to his suspension. In the Europa League, he has played 5 times for the club with 1 assist. So he's played 50% of our starting 11s in the Europa League. And certainly, you know, played a part in some of the games. Certainly, you know, when players have been out injured, particularly during that time when Jack and Raskin were missing, Cifuentes did come in and do a bit of a job for us. You know, he's also played 4 times in the Champions League qualifiers, played 75% of those games, 74% of the minutes, didn't obviously lead to any goals. He only has 1 assist during his time at Rangers. Now, if it is a case that we can get £2 million for him in the summer, that would represent good business. You know, double the amount of money we paid for him, which was £1 million. It's a £1 million profit. I know you've obviously got to temper that with obviously signing on fees and obviously the fact that, you know, you've obviously paid his wages as well. But, you know, it represents, you know, a reasonable return. Selling a player for more than you bought him for is not bad business at all. And look, I wish Jose all the best. Nothing but goodwill for the lad. Like I said, I don't think it's his fault. I just don't think that Scottish football suits him. I think he's struggled with the physicality. I think he struggled with the tempo. He struggled with playing against those hammer throwers week in, week out. Obviously, like I said, injury and suspension has not helped. Of course it hasn't. But, you know, nothing against the boy. You know, we wish him all the best. You know, if this move does go through now, apparently it should be done before Wednesday. He is jetting out to Turkey to finalise the terms of this agreement, joining Çaykur Rizespor. like I said, wish him all the very best. They are a club that was promoted last season to the Turkish Super League and are certainly doing well this season. I mean, to be like fifth in the league behind the likes of Fenerbahce and Galatasaray, they've got to be doing something right at the end of the day. So we wish Cifu all the best, but it does seem that Philippe Clement and Niels Koppen are very serious about starting this rebuild in January, about moving on players to free up wages, to certainly get this squad into a position where it's less bloated, and the players we're bringing in are players that are going to have a direct effect on this game. Obviously Cifu has not been in the squad for the last couple of games. It's obviously clear now why he's not been in the squad. So like I said, it is a situation where we are quite clear that Clement is wanting to make those changes. He's obviously, as he said, he came in with that blank piece of paper. He assessed the players. He worked on it. He looked at what the players could bring to the team. And he's obviously started to make decisions now as to who is surplus to requirements and who he wants to keep at the club. And it's obviously that Cifu is someone that he wants to move on. It is a real shame. I've got to say that I was excited when he was signed in the summer. I thought he was going to be someone who could, really influence the team and be that quality player alongside Raskin and Cantwell and even Lunny in midfield to some extent as well. But he hasn't really obviously lived up to that promise. He has struggled. There always is, I think, a worry that players come from the MLS where there is less intensity, more a retirement league, that he was going to ever amount to a great deal. There's always that concern, isn't there? The step up in quality between playing in the MLS and playing in Europe. There is a big step up there. He hasn't made that step up. Like I said, I think that's down to a whole host of reasons. I don't think he's a bad player. And like I said, I think he will go on to be successful in Turkey, but it just hasn't worked at Rangers. No ill will towards the lad. All the best to Jose Cifuentes. Good luck. Hope this move comes off for him. But it does seem that we are now moving to free up wages. We are moving to obviously arrange to bring it transfer fees either now or in the summer to help with the squad rebuild. Interesting news nonetheless, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, I ask you a few favors. Number one, sub to the channel to help us growing. We're so close to that 5K mark now. And if you can smash the like on the way out, that always helps. And the second thing, always remember, never forget, we are the people.